Desmond John Ballentine, better known by his stage name Ninjaman, was born on the 24th of January, 1966, in Annotto Bay, Jamaica. His early years were shaped by the vibrant yet volatile culture of the island, a place where music and struggle intertwined, and where survival was often a battle of wits and resilience. Growing up in the small coastal town of Annotto Bay, Ninjaman's childhood was not without its challenges. His father, a fisherman, and his mother, who worked various jobs to support the family, instilled in him a sense of hard work and independence. However, the small town didn't provide the opportunities he sought, so at the age of 12, Ninjaman moved to Kingston, the capital city of Jamaica, in pursuit of a better life and greater opportunities. Kingston was a world away from Annotto Bay. It was a city alive with culture, a city dominated by music, and for a young Desmond, it was the heartbeat of his ambitions. The bustling streets of Kingston were where the roots of reggae, ska, and dancehall thrived, creating an environment where youth could find their voice through the powerful medium of music. For Ninjaman, Kingston was the stage for his future, and the city's raw energy and rhythm would soon propel him to stardom. The path to dancehall stardom. At just 14 years old, Desmond Ballentine began his journey into the world of music. His first foray into the dancehall scene came when he joined the Black Culture sound system, performing under the name Double Ugly. The Black Culture sound system was known for its heavy bass lines and its crowd-pumping rhythms. Young Desmond, inspired by the sounds of the streets, started crafting his own style, honing his skills in the art of DJing, a key component of Jamaica's dancehall culture. It wasn't long before Desmond realized that to succeed in the highly competitive dancehall scene, he would need to evolve. He soon made another name change, rebranding himself as Ugly Man. But this was just the beginning of a series of transformations that would eventually lead him to the iconic persona of Ninjaman. In 1980, Ninjaman joined one of Jamaica's most respected sound systems, Kilimanjaro, which provided him the opportunity to work with some of the biggest names in Jamaican music, such as Supercat and Early B. These veterans of the sound system culture shared their wisdom and allowed Ninjaman to refine his skills as a lyricist, performer, and producer. Ninjaman would often freestyle his lyrics in the recording studio, an approach that became one of his trademarks and that further solidified his reputation as an artist who could create infectious tunes in the moment. His big breakthrough came in 1987 when he released the hit single Protection, a collaboration with fellow artist Courtney Melody. The track became an instant success, establishing Ninjaman as a force to be reckoned with in the dancehall scene. But his path was far from straightforward. As his career grew, so did the controversy surrounding his music, the rise of Ninjaman. By the late 1980s and early 1990s, Ninjaman had solidified his reputation as one of the most influential and controversial figures in dancehall. His unique voice, stuttering delivery, and ability to play with rhythms set him apart from the rest of the pack. His lyrical content, however, was what truly separated him from other DJs. Ninjaman's lyrics were often gritty, violent, and unapologetically pro-gun, reflecting the rough and sometimes dangerous reality of the ghetto streets he hailed from. Some of Ninjaman's most notable tracks, like Border Clash, Murder Dem, and Above the Law, helped reinforce his image as a rude boy, a rebellious, tough, and sometimes lawless character. His bold, in-your-face style resonated with the youth, especially those who were living in similar conditions of poverty, crime, and struggle. However, these violent themes also sparked significant criticism, particularly from those who felt that his lyrics were promoting crime and exacerbating the issues of violence plaguing Jamaica's inner-city neighborhoods. Ninjaman's rise to fame was not only marked by his hit songs, but also by his bitter feuds and rivalries with other dancehall stars. He had ongoing clashes with artists like Flowergon, Supercat, and Shabba Ranks. These rivalries often played out publicly, adding a layer of drama and tension to the already volatile dancehall scene. The public feuds, combined with his aggressive lyrics, solidified Ninjaman's controversial reputation in the eyes of both fans and critics. Controversy and decline. By the early 1990s, Ninjaman's controversial lyrics, particularly his pro-gun stance, began to attract increasing scrutiny. Critics argued that his music was glorifying violence and perpetuating the cycle of crime in Jamaica. This led to a decline in his performances and recording opportunities. In the midst of this decline, Ninjaman made another dramatic shift in his life. After years of struggles, he decided to step away from the dangerous lifestyle that his music had glorified. In 1997, he converted to Christianity and started performing gospel reggae under the name Brother Desmond. The change was a dramatic one, signaling that Ninjaman was seeking redemption and a new direction in life. However, his gospel career was short-lived. Despite his attempts at spiritual transformation, Ninjaman's past would not let him go so easily. The struggle with addiction and the return to music. During this time of reflection and personal change, Ninjaman faced another battle: his addiction to drugs. Despite his newfound faith, the grip of addiction was powerful. It took years for him to overcome the challenges he faced. But in the late 1990s, he sought help and entered rehabilitation. His return to music in the early 2000s saw him drop the Brother Desmond persona and re-enter the dancehall scene, but this time with a new sense of humility and a desire to make music that reflected his personal growth. In 1999, Ninjaman starred in the popular Jamaican action film Third World Cop, which became the highest-grossing Jamaican film of all time. His role as a tough, street-smart cop marked a new chapter in his career, showing that Ninjaman could also translate his hard-hitting persona to the big screen. He went on to appear in other films, including Rude Boy, The Jamaican Don, 2003, and Gangsta's Paradise, 2004, which further cemented his status as a versatile entertainer. However, despite his successes in film and his return to music, Ninjaman's controversial past continued to haunt him. His reputation as a violent figure and his ties to the criminal underworld remained a source of constant media attention, legal troubles, and arrest. In March 2009, Ninjaman found himself embroiled in a murder case. Along with his son Janiel, Ninjaman was arrested and charged in connection with the 2009 murder of a man from Kingston. The case rocked the Jamaican entertainment world, with many questioning the role of violence in the culture that Ninjaman had helped popularize. In 2012, Ninjaman was granted bail, and his trial was repeatedly delayed. The delays continued, with the case being rescheduled for court appearances in 2015 and 2016. The constant legal battles and media scrutiny only added to the already complicated narrative surrounding Ninjaman's life. The life sentence. On November 2017, Ninjaman was found guilty of the 2009 murder. His co-accused were also convicted, and the verdict sent shockwaves through the Jamaican music community. On December 2017, Ninjaman was sentenced to life in prison, with the possibility of parole after 25 years. Family and personal life. Despite his turbulent career, Ninjaman's family was always a central part of his life. He had children, including his son Janiel, who was involved in the legal troubles that ultimately led to his father's conviction. Ninjaman's relationship with his family was complex, as his involvement in crime and the violence surrounding his career left a complicated legacy for his children to inherit. While Ninjaman never fully escaped the shadows of his past, his family remained a source of support during his darkest moments. The relationship he had with his children, especially his son, was pivotal in the final chapters of his life. The tragedy of his legal battles served as a stark reminder of the toll that fame and violence can take on personal relationships and family life. Legacy. Ninjaman's legacy remains a mixed one. To many, he was a trailblazer in the world of dancehall music, an artist who pushed boundaries and created a sound that resonated with the streets. His influence can still be felt in the work of contemporary dancehall artists who draw inspiration from his lyrical bravado and commanding stage presence. But Ninjaman's life also serves as a cautionary tale, one of excess, violence, and the price of fame. His rise to the top was marred by the very culture he helped create, and his fall from grace was as dramatic as his ascent. Today, Ninjaman's name is synonymous with both the glory and the tragedy of dancehall music, leaving behind a complicated legacy that will be remembered for years to come. Please subscribe